starting the stream.
Um, well, actually, they do. They just attack them on news articles like this just in: millennials aren't buying gold.
Yeah, millennials are. Yeah, well,
This just in, millennials are broke.
this just in. For some reason, I didn't have anything.
Oh man, I
Okay.
was waiting.
Let's do the podcast and we'll hang
This
out.
just in.
How about
Millennials
that?
are doing podcasts, and they think that might get them money, but they're wrong. Let's talk about
Listen to
that.
my podcast to
Listen
find
to
out.
my podcast to find out. All right, Mr. Introducer Guy.
How's it going?
Hey guys, welcome to Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy. It just doesn't feel now. It doesn't feel
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And now we're canceled.
Now
Also,
we're
we pissed
canceled.
off
Are
an
we,
entire fandom.
We don't have a fandom.
No.
Not
Even
ours.
worse than that, we're sued.
They. No. No one.
I think
There's no grounds for
I
suing.
think Mr. Mercer.
Are you recording?
Yes, of course I am.
Okay. Welcome to the Infamous Storyteller podcast. I'm your host, the Infamous Storyteller, and I'm joined by these people. No,
Hi.
Joe, Brandon, Shayla, and all them. Yeah, we're just gonna get into it. We're doing my little cemetery, and we're on chapter 23, running out of time. Go ahead, Joe.
We were on a slight cliffhanger.
Running
so-
out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on a
We're
cliffhanger.
currently
yeah.
running out of time, so without further ado. 3 hours of walking, and I finally made it into an empty barn. Straw and a tiller was all that it contained. I sat down on a bale, pulled my 1911 from its holster, and switched to a new mag. One that wasn't mostly spent. It wouldn't matter, though. My phone buzzed. Hello?
This is Kermit the Frog.
Okay, let's get into it.
Anthony, how are you doing this fine evening? I'm in a greenhouse looking at the most splendid butterflies from across the world. You see, I've been asked to provide a friend of yours with a plane, apparently. She needs a fast one.
Funny time to call me back, Hobbs. I wasn't in the mood.
Anthony, I was busy. Surely you understand that. Like I was saying, it seems you're in a little mess. Your government friends don't seem to be able to help you this time.
You got a jet? I could use a ride here in the next few minutes.
Well, I don't have a jet, but I have a loan. Your friend quit the propeller plane. What does that mean?
But I have loaned.
But I have
It's
loaned
supposed
you.
to be loaned.
I have
missed
loaned
the
your
D.
friend. Oh, I have loaned your friend quite the. You need the E at the end on that one.
Quite the propeller plane. She should be in Tool in 2 hours. Just enough time to pick up your body.
Is that enough time?
You didn't say that last part.
I looked down
Oh,
the road
okay.
at the next barn a few more miles away. The Rocky Mountain Horror couldn't be far from the valley. I could feel it coming. We'll know in 2 hours.
Well, if you don't make it, it's been a pleasure to work with you. I'll have your mother send flowers. But if you do evade whatever's following you, I have a sewer problem I could use your help addressing.
Yeah, Hobbs, I'll take your money if I get out of this. I'm gonna need a new truck.
Anthony, you should take better care of your vehicles. Anyway, I have to go. These butterflies aren't going to admire themselves.
He's just that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I was gonna save my strength for my inevitable confrontation, but 6 bullets for the Rocky Mountain Horror, the last for me. Wait. But 6 bullets for the Rocky Mountain Horror, comma, the last for me really. Oh, the last. Wait. No, that didn't.
The last bullet for me.
The last for me really didn't take all that much energy. Oh, okay. Weird sentence. I'd like a weird sentence alert. The last
I'd like
for
word
me-
salad.
I was going to save my strength for my inevitable confrontation, but 6 bullets for the Rocky Mountain Horror, the last for me, really didn't take all that much energy. Oh, okay. No, I think that was just a me problem. I started running to the next barn. Halfway through the run, the Rocky Mountain Horror entered the valley. The sensation was like the echoes of the dead. This echo was alive and ravenous. Oh, that's interesting. By the time I reached the second barn, the starving echo wasn't far, somewhere in the hills above me. An old four-wheeler sat in the second barn, worn and slightly deflated. I turned the key. The engine came to life, sputtering and popping. As I backed the four-wheeler out of the barn, the sound of a propeller plane entered the valley. My phone started buzzing. Who's Red?
Probably the redhead.
I thought we had a name for her.
Is this
Yeah,
a
but
woman?
that's the...
Hi, I'm a woman.
No. Come on.
Heard from a friend of yours you're in trouble.
Red was on the other side, on the other line.
Where are you? Any sign of the monster?
It was in the mountain to my right, defining a defining hollow echo.
A deafening.
Deafening.
A deafening.
It's definitely,
It was very
definitely written.
defined.
Deafening.
I knew that echo from anywhere. Mountain on the east side of the valley. I'm on a road parallel to the mountain. I puttered along, pushing the beat-up four-wheeler as hard as I dared.
Which mountain?
She said. She asked. I brought the four-wheeler to a stop, listening for the sound of her plane. Down the valley... Oh, he doesn't have it. Down the valley to the south, about 2/3 of the way. Do you see the mountain that cuts into the valley? It sounds like it's on your left, but I can't see your plane. There's some mumbling under the sound of the propeller.
I see it.
I'm on a four-wheeler parallel with the mountains to the east. I hope everyone listening is following along and graphing this out.
Is there a room
I've
on the
got
road
my-
to put down the plane?
I think so. Some wires around, but the road is pretty straight.
K.
I don't think people say K in real life.
Okay.
K. You go.
Definitely not how you said it.
Fair enough. I don't say K. K.
No, you don't.
Okay.
That's
I
okay.
don't think she says K either.
But she just did.
I
Didn't you
feel
read
like
it?
K,
Over there.
I'm just saying, in this moment, at this time.
You
that
could
just-
put a yep. Would a
Yup.
yep be better?
Yep.
She replied with a terse "yep"
Or
and then hung up
Roger?
the phone.
She
I don't
replied with a
know.
"You go, girls, slay," and hung up. No, she didn't.
You forgot the Yas Queen.
Yes, queen.
Yes, Queen.
Soon, a nice, slick, single propeller plane
I
crested
think she
the eastern
said K.
mountain. There's not very many other alternatives. I get it. It made a big arc and came in for a landing on the gravel road, skipping a little. I ditched the four-wheeler. Amber popped the cockpit open as I climbed up on the wing, having a trouble reading.
Are you good, man?
Ah. Your mom knows you're doing this? I shouted at her. She gave me a wicked smile. Of course not. I climbed in next to her and pulled the door closed behind me with a hard cluck.
What?
Bagog.
Sorry.
Who put it?
I know.
Amber, is there a duck in here? Is it
That was the chicken.
is it a monster
That's a
duck?
chicken.
It's a French
That would be
hen.
a
It's a
crack.
friend.
Oh my god.
Red had the plane back in the air before I could figure out the seatbelt. Rude.
You mean Amber?
It's red.
It's
He always
so
refers to her as
he
red.
refers to her
Her
as Red.
name is Amber.
We're in this
but-
weird third-person omniscient scenario.
It just said Amber earlier and it
I
just switched back to
know.
red. So I'm
It's
just like
not-
getting whiplash
Joe
from
said
this.
Amber. Oh, you're right.
No, it was. Do you want me to
Oh,
say Amber?
you're right.
I'm not consistent. No, you need to say red until it tells you not to. This is gonna get confusing. I didn't edit this.
It's already
very well, apparently.
confusing.
Keep going. Now everyone knows, though.
Red, who's also known as Amber, had the plane back in the air before I could figure out the seatbelt. You know where Sinew Mountain is? I asked, barking into my headset. You don't have to yell! I can hear you just fine. I don't. Grace refused to tell me. She spoke into her headset, glancing over at me. Fly over these mountains to the east, I pointed. We need to lure the creature back to his mountain. Go slow, we don't want to lose it. I laughed at the end of the
Oh
statement.
yeah, in a plane.
Losing it was the only thing I wanted right now. How's it feel? Red, who's also known as Amber, asked out of the blue. veering the plane into the east, getting what felt to me was like way too close to the mountain. What are you talking about? I muttered, looking at the treetops whizzing not too far below. You know, being hunted. You do it all the time. What's the other end like? The nerve. She was smiling at me. Do you know what's beneath us? I have an idea, but your friend didn't go into detail when he called and offered me his plan. Hobbs. I couldn't keep it in. How did he know I was in trouble? How did he know who Amber was? You shouldn't talk to him. He's dangerous. We're all dangerous. She was still smiling. You're avoiding the question. I wasn't going to give her what she was looking for. Come on, admit it. You're just as terrified as Lauren was of you. No, I think this was worse. I think this was much worse than that. She was smiling as she slowly glided us over the mountain below. The hungry echoing pounding of the Rocky Mountain horror was almost unbearable. He was close, so very close to his goal. Wait, so they can hear him in the plane?
No, Anthony can feel him.
Oh, right, because he's got feelings.
He does have feelings.
Unlike other men, he has the special ability to feel things.
To feel things, yeah.
I won't elaborate. You'll have to read the book, or just pay attention. No comment? I looked over at her. I think we could gain a little more elevation. She glanced back at me, her lips still curled in a slight smile. I want your help with something. I'm looking for someone. My father, actually. I was told you knew him. Oh, no! I need to stop reading a paragraph ahead. What's his name?
Right.
I asked. Gosh, I hope I hadn't killed him. I've killed most Fae I've run into at this point. Her smile faded. Victor. Apparently the two of you were pretty close. My next thought sank deep down where the echo of the Rocky Mountain horror still haunted me. How do you find a dead man? Well, lucky for you, Anthony, you have the ability to sense dead people. This won't be a problem.
Big problem.
The problem is that Amber's looking for a living
A live
person.
man.
That's the problem. How do you find a living dead man? Not the living dead. Not a zombie man. Just a...
How do you find the living dead man? What an interesting question.
How do you?
Maybe you just reject the premise of the question.
Reject mortality. Become zombie. Oh no, there's
Cool. Now
there's
what?
a comment. I can't hide it. Can I hide it?
Yeah, don't look at it.
I can't resolve it either. I'll just read it in your voice.
Yeah, go ahead. Or I could read it.
I think when he thinks of Amber, he should use her name, but when he speaks, he refers to her as Red. Big change if you end up publishing this story. Hey!
Sorry.
Why?
That's a... Hey, editor.
What does that do?
It makes him feel good. He likes showing that you can call people different things in different scenarios. The right way to do that, Adam, would have been to have every single other character call her Amber and have him and the narrator describe her as Red. You have
You're
failed.
right.
Incorrect. Next chapter.
Okay. Question.
No.
You guys remember who Victor is, right?
Yeah. Victor
Victor Von Doom.
is Anthony's dad's
Mentor.
friend
Oh, buddy.
who
Oh.
had a son who died very violently.
No, he died peacefully with the bullet in his head.
The rest of the
That's
process was
true.
not great.
That's true.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
We're getting caught in the semantics. He was dying and he was mercy
Technically
killed.
correct.
He was proceeding
right.
in death.
Yeah. So Victor is Anthony's mentor, as it were.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
His father, his
And
Disney
tutorial.
father, his Disney father figure.
Yes.
You know how that goes, guys.
Just not his actual father figure, who is still alive. Anyway,
Yes, his
now we
his
can go on.
father, who is his father, not to be confused by Victor, who's not his father.
who is apparently Amber's father.
Chapter 24. Who is Morgan Waverly? What'd be really funny is if you actually never address this person for the rest of the book.
That would be funny.
I would do that. We
I
landed.
I
Okay,
bring up the question and answer it all in the same chapter.
nice. We run into an old man. What's your name? Morgan Waverly.
Morgan Waverly.
End of the
Who
chapter.
are you?
Roll credits. We
Who
landed
are you?
on.
I.
Your microphone just completely shorted out.
Yeah, it just
Did I?
sputtered everywhere.
My bad.
Beautiful.
Go on.
I'm not perfect. We landed on Sinew Mountain, on the old overgrown dirt road, not far from the cabin. I feel like the cabin should be capitalized because I think it's the cabin. I was surprised that Red was able to fit the sports plane between the trees. No one had been up here in a very long time. We climbed out of the plane. My legs were trembling before my feet touched the ground. We walked down the short, overgrown trail to Morgan's cabin. He was the only other man I recognized in that picture Edgewood had presented me. The cabin was rough-looking, sun-bleached sides overgrown with large saplings and tall weeds. My heart could still feel the echo of the Rocky Mountain horror, the sinew. It was so far off I could almost forget it was there. But now that I remembered what it was, how the thing felt when it was near me, I understood why my sleep cycle had changed after coming west. My body knew the creature was close. It knew I didn't need sleep. I needed to run until the echo dissipated to nothing. Red looked at me, leaning on the cabin's railing. You good? I'm fine. She didn't look convinced. I want you to tell me about my father?
Now, woman, there's a time and a place. Now is not the time
I
nor
did
the
the
place.
upturn.
Why
There's
did she say it that way?
There's a question mark at the end of it.
Because
I
I'm
don't know what to
not
tell you.
sure that I
So
want you to tell me
when you
about-
ask questions, you don't always go up. You can go, I want you to tell me about my father.
You would
That's
period.
not a
You
that.
can go
question.
down.
No, no, no,
A
no, no,
question
no,
is-
no.
Will you
No,
tell
no,
me
no,
about
no.
my father?
Well, that's not. She
That's a
doesn't say,
question.
will you?
No, she says,
I
I want you to
want
tell me
you.
about my father. That is a statement. That is not a question.
Okay, fine.
a
Change it.
demand.
We'll change it in post. Okay, fine.
I'm changing
We're
it now.
having fun
I fixed
here at
it.
Bumblers and Co.
Just like period.
I don't even have to period. It was in a quotations. I just got rid of it.
Okay, moving on.
Quotations?
That is, oh, you're right. Okay. He was a good man, I stated, looking at the cabin. I shouldn't have let her.
Was
He was, until plot happened. I stated, looking at the cabin. I shouldn't have let her land us here. I know that already. How did he come to choose you? Grace won't say. She was looking down on me. I still hadn't stepped up on the first worn porch step, not because I was short. Okay? It started here, on this mountain, I suppose. Could you let me scooch by? Okay, now I'm taller than you. Victor was my dad's friend from childhood. Huh. He never talked to me much about his childhood, other than he was alone a lot. She looked at me, chewing the idea over. Where do you think he is?
Wait, if Victor is Faye, would he have been a child at the same time?
Victor's not Faye. Victor's just a dude. Well,
But
he's an
she's
albino.
Victor's
What?
just a dude, and
wait,
Grace
she's
just
a
was
an
dude
like,
albino
albino.
Yeah.
That's offspring is a redhead. What's the mother like?
magical.
She's Faye. She's magical.
They can have whatever colored hair they want. Okay, that's how the gene pool was like.
You know what?
We need
The
a
mother
we
probably
need,
saw.
we need a side character generated, red hair.
No.
That's
The
how
mother
it works.
saw the albino, was like, "That's Faye right there," and he's like, "No, I'm just a normal dude."
And then
She was like,
the
yeah,
instincts
yeah.
the instincts of preserving the
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 Faye
gene pool?
gene.
preserving Fey humanity, it kicked in just really hard in
Fey-manity.
that moment. Yeah. She walked up and she's like, "Ask me to marry you," and he was like, "What?" And she's like, "That's good enough. I'll take it as a yes."
We've all been there.
We've
all know
all
what it's
been
like.
there.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna write that origin story.
Get in the comments
Moving on.
if you've been there. there should be a lot of comments because you can't lie, and we know that we've all been there. Okay. I started here on this mountain, I suppose. Victor is my dad's friend from childhood.
Okay.
Oh, I'm rereading.
Mm-hmm.
She looked at me, chewing the idea over. Where do you think he is? Dead. I took a step away from the porch. The forest was dark green with the emptiness of death. Why? She was still leaning, looking over at me. He's been missing for 3 years. He would have come back if he were alive. Grace doesn't seem to give that any weight. What does Grace say? I asked. With incorrect grammar.
You could just read it correctly.
I could.
But he's feeling very difficult
Here's
today.
I'm feeling a little difficult, and also, like, sometimes my brain just reads what's there.
Well, I guess fair enough.
So, you can decide which one
Don't
was
read the words, Joe.
Don't read the words.
Don't read the words.
Use the force. I'll close my eyes, and I'll just start telling the story how I think it should go.
Aishi?
Yes, how it should have ended. We shouldn't land this plane. Okay. Hey, Hobbs, can you nuke this mountain? Okay. The end. How much would it...
The Rocky Mountain Horror isn't even there.
it's just the Morgan dude.
Yeah, Morgan
It's
Waverly's
just
like...
Morgan.
And then the one place the Rocky Mountain Horror considered territorial gets blown up and it has nowhere else to go. And it starts wandering the country trying to find new territory.
Now it just...
It's lunchtime.
Yeah, that's
This-
my personal
Nothing bad
headcanon.
could possibly happen.
Radiation gives him super...
Joe, how did you guess?
I knew. I knew.
How'd you guess the story?
I'm such a good guesser.
That's horrifying.
What does Grace say? I asked. He says he's out there. Says she can feel it. Says he's hurting terribly. That's not good.
Oh, yay,
Oh,
the skin
no.
flare got
He's
him.
the Rocky Mountain Horror. I figured it
I
out.
can't edit that out, Shayla. Be quiet.
Edit what out?
That's a really good theory. That Amber was the Rocky Mountain Horror that the friends that
We're
we
just
made along the
gonna
way the
keep
whole time.
going.
Well, I'll
Yeah,
tell
that's
you what I
definitely
know.
What I said.
If you're willing
That's
to
what
hear
I
me break
said.
a promise I made to your father, I should have settled this with Grace a few years ago. She seemed to chew it over for a long moment. She liked chewing while thinking. What promise? The kind you're supposed to keep. I was pacing in the tall grass, looking from her to the empty woods and back. I want closure. If there's proof he's dead, I want to see it. She was looking intently, eyes tracing my unnerved pacing. Well, let's look in the cabin. I turned abruptly, going up the stairs. Feet lead? Oh, feet lead.
My feet led.
Lead, like heavy.
She pushed off the railing, following behind. The cabin's door was locked with 2 padlocks. I pulled out my wallet and retrieved the 2 different keys. I wouldn't have kept anyone from breaking in, it was just a log cabin after all, but this was Sinew's Mountain and no one made it this far up. I didn't know it was on the other side. Victor had given me the key but told me not to follow if he didn't make it back. We entered the cabin. Red lit the room with her phone. I looked around the dust-covered mess. This was Morgan Waverly's house. I paused, seeing an object that looked like the end of a very thick cigar sitting on a desk, placed on top of a folded piece of paper. He's what? Red asked, looking around the torn room. I walked over to the burnt stub, picking it up. It was the right diameter to fit the scar on my arm. Holding it in one hand, I unfolded the paper. Yo! He's got the incense! Anthony, I don't know what... is this Morgan
No,
Waverly's...
he's supposed to sound like an albino.
I don't know what albinos sound like.
You know, they just sound like an albino, dude.
Yeah. It's
I'm
simple.
about to
Just-
make
just-
albinos very mad at me. Anthony, you shouldn't
That's
be
what I was
here.
Okay, no.
I clearly have
That is
failed
not what-
in killing Morgan
no,
Waverly
no.
and the Grendel. Take this to your father. He knows how to use it.
Okay, try it over.
Anthony, you shouldn't be here.
He sounds like Morgan Freeman. Now,
Good luck with that.
Morgan Freeman? Anthony, you shouldn't be here.
You
I
sound like
clearly
Jerry.
have failed in
he
killing
sounds
Morgan
like
Waverly
the
Grendel.
British guy. The British
Oh.
guy who does Nature Planet.
The British guy who does Nature Planet?
Yeah, you know, the
Gordon
Nature Planet guy.
Freeman?
Yeah.
Anthony.
Gordon Freeman
shouldn't be
is
here.
not. That's Half-Life.
Gordon Freeman.
Actually,
Gordon
you know what? He
Ramsay.
just sounds like Joe. He
Yeah.
just sounds. Yeah, he sounds like Gordon Ramsay. Go. Yeah, we'll do that. Go ahead.
Gordon Ramsay. Anthony, you shouldn't be here. I clearly have failed in killing the Morgan Waverly, the Grendel. Take this to your father. He knows how to use it. There's not much. Don't lose it. Don't waste it. That was all. Nothing more. Red was looking over my shoulder. Was that my father's accent you were using, reading out loud? How did he know you would come here? She asked. He gave me the keys and told me not to come. I couldn't help a dark laugh. Wrong laugh. He probably thought I'd try killing the sinew if he failed. Guess he never knew how much it terrifies me. I handed the note to Red. She took it, reading it over, in a much better accent than mine, once again. I pocketed the stub in the breast pocket of my jacket. What is the Rocky Mountain Horror, the sinew, the Grendel, whatever? She was talking proof of her dead father. She was taking proof of her dead father rather well. It's from
It
Beowulf.
should be. She was taking the proof.
She was taking
Anyway,
the
go ahead.
proof. The. Amazing.
You don't have to correct it.
I have to. Oh no, I lost
Fair
my
enough.
spot.
It's from Beowulf.
It's from Beowulf. The monster that cannot be killed by any weapon was called Grendel. Beowulf whipped. Beowulf. You decide. Beowulf ripped his arm off, and the creature died from blood loss. The point is, you have to kill it with your hands. That's why guns, knives, apparently even Hellfire missiles don't work. Oh, I guess the nuke idea wasn't. It's radiation, not explosives. That's different. Grendel is a class of monsters that are very hard to kill. Sinew and the Rocky Mountain Horror are signifying names for this one in particular. They hit it with missiles? Red looked up from the paper. Yeah. I was looking around the room. Surely he left something else. I started picking up old papers, putting the room back together. It didn't do anything? She asked. I glanced at her, flipping through some books I found on the floor. Fly fishing. Very helpful. A How to Stop Smoking book was right under it. You walked away from a plane crash. It didn't do much to you. Yes, but I can be killed. She was giving me a look, which is why Grace did never want me to meet you. She said you kill Fays without thought. Burnt the image in my mind that you might as well be death itself. Thought you would be older. Dang. She turned away, scanning a toppled shoe rack with her phone. I don't know how I would take that. Like, in what way do you... I guess if you considered Anthony as death incarnate, you would... I guess an old soul vibe would be expected.
You mean he doesn't already give
Just
off
a
that
kid who
vibe?
can't talk to women.
It's just a guy who can't talk to women. Yep,
Yeah.
just some little kid.
Just your average Joe.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
me.
it's just Joe.
I'm definitely not Anthony. I know that.
No, you're not.
No. The next book was How to Tie Flies. I flipped through it. That's very flattering. I was unsure how to respond. Okay. I get you, Anthony.
Are they having a moment?
They are, which is rude because his current crush is Lauren, and the fandom will be very upset about this.
Sorry,
Unfortunately,
Shayla.
I'm not as good as
My
Victor
cousin.
was.
It's fine. I'm not as invested in the relationships in this book as I am in the other one. So
To be fair, the relationships in this book was walked so the other ones could run. You know what I mean?
it's true.
Unfortunately, I'm not as good as Victor was. He was a true harbinger of death. It doesn't
one's
matter.
as good as
He also
was.
knew how to talk to women. but it doesn't matter. Tossing the books to the side, I started writing furniture. Yes, but what is a Grendel? I don't care what you call it. The note is
Writing, not writing.
writing. Yeah, writing furniture like fixing, like
Yes.
Yes.
Setting up.
Yeah, That's how I interpreted it too.
Okay.
yes.
okay.
But what is a Grendel? I don't care what you call it. The note said Morgan Waverly was the Grendel. Who is that? What does that mean? The room was so dark. He's the owner of this cabin. He would come up here once a year and see him. I paused. But the Grendel killed him. No, Victor never said that exactly. I looked over at Red holding the note. The note did seem to imply Morgan was indeed the Sinew. Speaking of my father, where is he? Red was shining the light around the room. You mean where'd he die? I righted a bookshelf. Sure. She gave me a look. I pointed up the mountain. His bones are likely somewhere up there. I don't know where the creature hung him. Digging into the cupboard, I found canned beans. Nice. Pie mix and the like. The room had been absolutely trashed. But whoever'd been looking missed out on these amazing assortment of canned beans. The small light from Red's phone was not really helping me see all that much. Digging through the drawers, I found a maglite, the kind with the big triple D batteries. The kind to give you a concussion. Click. The light illuminated the room. My belief was suspended. There's no way that the batteries would have lasted that long. I'm just saying it outright.
Look, don't.
These are
don't limit
magical
that.
batteries.
Don't limit me.
Showing the peeling wallpaper where large hands had dragged thick nails across the walls. The furniture also bore the large nail marks. This looked very familiar. Werewolves do the same kind of thing when they transform for their first few times. This was less messy, more stricken feeling than rageful. I scanned the room with the light. Victor hadn't tossed the room looking for something like I originally thought. No, if I were to guess, this room was like this when we came to see Morgan the night my cousin died. I looked at Amber. No, it's Red!
Red.
I looked at Red. Did you have a brother? I did. He died on one of my dad's hunts. Why?
Oh.
Oh no, I forgot that's what that connection meant. She was giving me that look again. Well, I do know that he definitely died.
And he died by a hunting accident, a gun accident.
It was a terrible gun
Purpose, never
accident.
mind.
Lost all the guns in a boating accident right after. It was horrible. Do
It
you
was
know anything about
everything.
my family?
That was Anthony.
Do you know anything about my family? No, why would I want to know anything about them? Your family's lame. What I want to know is
No,
how he
why
chose
would
you.
I know?
Why would I know anything
Go.
about them? What I want to know is how he chose you after Bartholomew died. That's a name.
Bartholomew Roberts.
I was unsure what to say, so I told the truth. Your dad's my uncle. Amber's eyes widened. Dang it. The fandom is back on board. Unless they're from Alabama, then they're not on board. Then they're on a different board.
It's like I've been flirting with first cousin.
Oh, my grandparents adopted him at 14. We're back on board, baby. He had been bouncing through foster care due to his complexion. He was like a ginger, except worse. I mean, that was really insensitive. I'm sorry. I don't think it was
I
him
like
being
gingers.
albino that had him shuffling around so much, Red stated. No, I agreed. More likely because his father, I suppose your grandfather, had initiated him as a Thane at age 12 before he died at a very rare form of radiation poisoning? What?
Yeah, that's for book 2. You'll figure it out. Go on.
Thanes know the most about myths, legends, and they attract them like the plague, I muttered. I thought you being dangerous was why Mother never wanted me around you, but now I'm thinking it was more to do with what you know. Red was squinting at me. I didn't know you were Grace's daughter.
I don't know anything.
I don't. Oh no! Wait! I didn't know you
Go
were
on.
Grace's daughter, or that Victor was married to Grace until 3 weeks ago. Oh, he knew. Dang.
He didn't know. I didn't know you were
I didn't know you were Grace's
daughter.
daughter or that Victor was Grace's daughter or that Victor was married to Grace until 3 weeks ago. So he knew a while back.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago,
3 weeks ago.
after the plane crash.
Oh,
At the
because
airport?
Grace. Oh, right.
Yeah, because Grace, it all kind of came out.
Gotcha. Really?
Yeah.
I shrugged. None of this really matters. None of this really matters. I started walking for the door. How long do we have until it comes back? The question caught me off guard. I don't know. It took about a week to find me in Utah. It knew where I was. I think it started looking for me when I was taken to Colorado. I think it knows I'm here. Why? We have a day, though? Maybe. Maybe. I didn't like where she was going with this. I'm going to the mountain. I'm going up to the mountain. I want to find my father. He owes me. Find with a D. You don't want to see that. I need to know he's gone. Grace told me that you had a gift for finding the dead. It won't take long if that's right. Her eyes were locked with mine. I cracked the door, looking at the fading sun. I'll go up alone. You stay on the plane. She gave me one of her smiles. No, I need to see, to know he's dead. I'm not taking you to its lair. Victor would not approve, much less your mother. I don't care what he would want. I want my father home, not dead on a mountain somewhere. He's dead, I stated. Images of my cousin, Red's brother apparently, swinging next to me, skinless. I couldn't get rid of them after stepping off the plane. I'm not taking off until you show me. I looked at her. She was as dumb as a box of rocks.
He's Seth from Fablehaven?
Yeah.
Canonically not impossible.
I really enjoy your beef with Fablehaven.
I really
Fablehaven
dislike
was
Seth.
awful.
I don't like it that you referred to Seth, but okay.
Amber
Well,
was just like Seth. Headstrong.
Did he say that a lot? Did he say dumb as a box of rocks?
No,
a lot?
he was dumb as a box
do.
of rocks.
I
Are you
called her
saying
a box
she
of rocks.
is?
Yeah, so she is as dumb.
Oh, I see the connection. Okay.
Your brother died next to me. A terrible accident, bullet wound to the front of the head. The last time I was here, we were going to our yearly family camping trip. Apparently not the whole family. We, me, and your brother were setting up camp. My father and yours went straight here to check in on Morgan, like they did every year. Now I know why. I waved across the ruined room. Interesting. It was dark. We had pitched the tents. We just got the fire started. We were sitting by the fire joking around, breaking out a pack of Polish sausages, when a voice from the trees called us. Delicious. Skin. Delicious. I'm not going to do the voice. Do you want me to do the voice?
Do a scary voice, yeah.
Delicious. Skin. Delicious.
Oh, that feels.
How's
that feels right and wrong, and I hate it.
No. I'm wearing my bone conductor headphones, and like I physically felt that.
That was beautiful.
An experience.
Beautiful.
I've been practicing my scary guy voice. We thought it was Morgan. It sounded like him, just dry and deeper and completely wrong in every single way, like he was trying to scare us. I paused, looking at Red. Then the most terrifying gray giant stepped out from the tree line, and we ran. It chased us to its lair. I was grabbed. My head hit the cave wall. I paused. You know what the sinew does, right? Amber's face had lost a bit of pink. It eats them, right? Do you know how? She didn't answer for a long moment. Grace wouldn't tell me. She won't talk about it. Alive, I clarified. No duh, Anthony.
Well, specifically, it peels them like a banana.
It peels him like a banana, and then just kind of goes at it when he's hungry, when he has the snackies.
No, but he
when
just
you-
eats the skin. He doesn't eat anything else.
Really? He just eats the skin?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. Oh. Well,
That's so
that
much
mean-
worse.
that's way worse.
So much worse.
That's so much worse. That's a,
Eat all of me or nothing. Like, don't.
come on, commit, man. Don't just pick one organ. That's rude.
No. It really just likes the skin, you know? I mean, come on.
Oh,
The
guys.
skin is the best part on a turkey.
This whole
This is
conversation
true.
is ridiculously unpalatable.
Friendship is eating raw faces together. Carl.
No, cook faces, raw
Cook
faces are
faces.
just
Oh,
gross.
yeah, you're right. I completely agree, Paul. You had mostly finished your brother and started on me. My memory is patchy. So when I say I won't take you to his lair, I'm saying you really don't want to see what happened to your father. Amber looked at me. My mother truly believes he's alive, and I don't think he's dead either. I wanted to get it into her, to tell her. Grace was insane for thinking such a thing, but it wouldn't take long for me to walk down the mountain to the cave, or, if I had to, scour it for bodies. A day at most. The horror couldn't make its way back then. I didn't want more memories to emerge, to see my cousin eaten alive. The images of his skinless body was terrible enough. Come on, then. We'll take a quick look around, but when the sun rises, we need to be in your plane and heading back south. I walked over the front door. It'd be fine. It'd be fine, I started telling myself. Somebody, this guy doesn't know that this is the almost end of the book part of the book. Plot's going to happen. Red went there. Red went where the gun... Give me a second. Red went to where the gun case lay on the ground, glass pane shattered, undoubtedly going to retrieve one of the hunting rifles. Leave it. Weapons won't work. I doubt there's anything dangerous on this mountain. If Morgan returns before we're done, all we'll be able to do is run. That's the end of chapter 24. That's fun. That was a fun chapter.
Wait, was that? We
Thanks.
did a lot of monologuing. Wait, no, that was 2 chapters.
That was
Right.
two chapters.
2 chapters.
Ah!
We got 4 more.
4 more chapters. That's 2 more episodes. But then after that, it's Adam's new book that he definitely has ready.
I'm like 16,000 words into a 80,000 word book.
Well, actually, after
You're like
this,
almost a quarter of the way there. That's pretty good.
after this, I need to get back to doing slight edits on Clarence, the Reluctant Necromancer. That's what needs to happen. We're on like episode 9 of that one.
That would be awesome.
I'll get back to that. That'll be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
That was a fun chapter. I really enjoyed that one. Well,
Thanks.
those 2 chapters.
It revealed a bunch of things with just asking more questions.
Yeah, you did a
Which
great
is how
job
you're
of
supposed
telling,
to
not
do it.
showing right there. You told everything right there.
I did. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it wasn't
but it-
terrible exposition. It was
No, it worked. No. So that
you were tying all of your loose ends so you could get to the climax of the
yes,
story,
everything's tied up together.
except for the twist that we're going to get.
Yeah, that her dad's the Rocky Mountain Horror. I don't know.
No, it was you the whole time, Brandon. That's the spoiler.
Was-
It's gonna pull up. It's gonna be like, oh, this 28-year-old man who really likes Magic the Gathering shows up and he's like, hi. And then Anthony
Hi.
ran away because he's scared. Because you're an intimidating guy.
Am I? What?
No, only to Anthony.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna call it there for tonight.
Are we done yet?
Are we done yet?
Are we done yet?
Y'all have a wonderful
Okay,
night.
you have to say it,
We
Brandon.
appreciate you hanging out.
Are we done yet?
Okay, now I can.